Back in the early 1900s, there was something called a flea circus. And if you know anything about fleas, you know that they can jump really high. And if you've ever had a dog and you've tried to catch them, they just go all over the place, right? Well, a flea circus was essentially a plate with a number of fleas on there, and they would just jump up and down, and people could come and see them, and it was interesting because the fleas would never jump off the plate. And
Magic.
they were trained fleas, right? Well, they were. And the way that the fleas were trained is that a person would put a glass bowl on top of the plate with the fleas, and the fleas would jump up and they'd hit their head on top of the glass bowl, and they would hit at a certain point, and then they would obviously not come down. They would do that a couple of times, and they would learn what was the highest I could jump without hitting my head. And they did the same with jumping to the side and jumping to the other side, and it really created a perimeter of how far they could go until they reached their limit. And then when you removed the glass bowl,
The glass ceiling.
exactly, that invisible barrier was still there for them. And so they never jumped higher than where the glass bowl used to be. And they never went beyond the side of where the glass bowl used to be. It created this fixed limitation of what they knew is possible. And that's what people do in life. They try something, and then they reach a stop, and they go, oh, I don't want to have that experience again.
Or I guess I'm not supposed to, or I guess I'm not allowed to, or I guess I don't have the tools.
Yeah, and so it creates a invisible barrier on what you believe is possible in your life and in your relationships, really all around you. And so what we want to do is, in this module, we're lifting off the glass bowl. We're lifting off the glass bowl that we have created for ourselves, and we're releasing the invisible barriers. That's the goal, to release the invisible barrier. So now we're not limiting ourselves in what's possible. Really, we're getting out of fixed and into growth and infinite possibilities.